reference standards. 49 is the size of class and the furniture use of flexible furniture layouts to smaller class sizes. I don't get what that means.
Those two separate, I'm sorry, are one. 47?
One says that the spaces are too small, and the other one seems to favor smaller class sizes. I don't get it.
Wait, what was the second one?
49.
49?
Just classroom sizes?
Or does that mean that you can move furniture to make a small group in the class?
The 49 is that the size of the classroom limits what you can do with furniture.
Yes.
47 references that there's a...
I understand 47.
Okay.
49 seems counterintuitive to 47. That's the reason I asked.
I think that's the small learning environments, that's part of 47.
It's just the flexible
Yep.
furniture thing.
We'll
where you can move
clarify
this
that.
and have a group there and have a group here. Because the rooms are so small, you can't do that. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I think so. That's a good point, though. We should expand and clarify that a little more. Just clarify number 49.
Not knowing Latin, but fortunately I have an engineer. 56
Have my glasses go.
means we want space to teach kids how to get into the trades, electrical, plumbing, and HVAC. 56.
Yep.
That's right.
Which I would say is like we look at a 48.
Yes.
Fair. I think those are both heading in the same direction. Yep.
I have one, athletic facilities updates is a little vague.
Yeah.
Which number is that? please?
That is number 63.
Atlanta Falcons have a nice stadium.
Well, that was.
All right, have you seen the star down in Dallas?
Yes.
That's the one brought up by the, it says by the teachers too, right, or the
Yeah.
faculty, that's
Number-
school staff, so.
Number 15, no storm sewer systems have been identified. The rainwater goes somewhere, doesn't it?
No, they've been identified.
So what is 15? No storm sewer systems have been identified. What does that mean?
That's a problem?
Yeah, I don't think they've been cameraed, so we don't know
Oh,
where
that's
there
all,
are
okay.
challenges. So we'll expand that
Yeah.
point.
Okay.
Given the age of them, they're likely deteriorating, but until we would camera every line, we won't know exactly where or how many.
Now I understand. And then just for clarification, like 17, 18, 19, when you're talking about the units, that's mechanical units. The units serving the classrooms are original. And
Oh, yeah, what is that?
the units are approaching their estimated.
That's correct.
I believe that's all mechanical.
That's all mechanical.
Yep.
Just for
We'll
clarification
have the
for
HVAC
everyone.
notes there. Thank you.
VAC that is?
Yes. Yep, good clarifications.
Thank you.
Anything else on your table? The engineer got the ones I thought he would get. Not that we put them in there on purpose, but.
He knew the Latin.
He knew the Latin curriculum.
The architect did not.
Give them a gold star then.
We'll jump to the back.
I saw the same issue with the, I don't know that athletic facility updates should be left in there or
Yep.
anywhere near like that.
Okay.
And that also didn't come up on our tour, so I don't, that one. The other thing that also from the staff, I guess, that, I don't even know how you address this, is the ADA issues on the bleachers in the field house. I mean, I know you have access to, like, the football stadium has access to bring somebody handicapped up to a little bit of a viewing level.
Yep.
I don't even know how you do that in the bleachers I've never seen it inside a basketball court or inside.
Yeah, ADA for bleachers is provided by having sufficient space in the front row. So that there's a modern set of bleachers would have removable sections where you actually remove pieces of the bleachers and you provide where wheelchairs can be out of the way. And then you have what's called a companion seat directly adjacent to them.
Okay, there might need to be, again, that wasn't brought up when we did the tour. And
Okay.
that one didn't make any sense.
The front row of the bleachers at the high school is very, very close to the front.
Yep.
Number 62 I thought was clarified really well, and I don't know how, if there's other, it seemed like that was something that, and I wasn't at the last meeting, but the potential use of the courtyard and its space and its viability, and I don't know how you word that or do what with it, but I thought that this was worded extremely well, considering it's basically just a black hole.
Yep. Yeah, and at the last meeting, we brought a little more information on exactly what size it was and when the different additions were put on. And the real challenge there, as we talked last time, is any infill there will block the natural light to all of the adjacent spaces, which is less than ideal. And the second piece from a code perspective is that's considered a new building through the eyes of the building code. And we would have to provide complete fire separations on all 4 sides, and we would have to provide rated exiting through some piece of that existing building. So it's doable. It's one of those things that is achievable. But again, as we explore solutions, it may be a logical path to pursue. But I think the goal here was just to acknowledge that it's a little underutilized right now, and is difficult to maintain.
What number was that?
62.
62.
I don't think it is, I think it's difficult.
Yeah. I don't think that's more of a
Maybe you
suggestion.
can say that we get
We were just going back to the locker room thing.
Revved and ready over there.
On the tour, it was apparent that the questions to update the locker rooms and stuff seem to be counterproductive to the fact that they're not used right now. So if students aren't gonna use them, maybe retrofit them for storage, that's a huge issue, so.
Yeah, we're seeing a real trend, it's that you still provide locker rooms for the purpose of changing, but kids just don't shower. So, we're doing a 2,000 student high school in Hudson right now, which is very similar in size, and I think we're putting in 4 showers per locker room, and they're private style, so it's like a camp style where you've got a shower and a changing area, 4 in a team locker room setting, because I don't get it, but kids aren't showering.
It's team building.
That's
Yeah, I know it has to be fair or whatever, but it just sounded like,
Yep.
the boys are using their side, the girls, it sounded like it was, that they're not using them, and
Okay,
Thus
my
far.
recollection was just the age of them though, I mean, they were in pretty rough shape, weren't they, if I remember correctly? And that's not universal across every one, but,
it didn't seem
That's
that.
original.
I think they were.
Yeah.
It was original equipment, but it seemed very clean, and obviously, again, the girls' side was pretty darn clean, because it wasn't being used. And the shower was filled with equipment, I believe.
Yes, it was.
okay,
That was
good.
it.
Thank you, good work. Ms. Table.
I have number 33, I think is actually a security issue. And then 30, is that security as well? Is that why the replacement to LED so that it's brighter?
That's really just a move from the perspective of modern lighting and getting it meeting energy. That's one that I don't think we would recommend going through on a standalone project and just replacing all the lighting. But as you go through, if, let's say for example, we have to replace HVAC, and part of that HVAC is removing some ceilings to get access to do that work, we wouldn't recommend putting up a T8 fluorescent fixture anymore, so.
Right, as long as you're already touching it, you might as
Yep.
well. Okay, I just didn't know if that was a security issue because of the dim lighting or not.
So 33 is a good catch though, I think that's appropriate to move up.
That's all I see.
No, I think we said 57, the library space is oversized, possibly reducing one of the libraries from 9 to 1.
Okay. There's a lot of discussion on libraries coming up here. All right, anything else? All right, thank you, good work. How about you guys?
In conjunction with the courtyard being underutilized, classrooms adjacent to courtyard are underutilized.
Okay.
What is
What number is that?
55 and 62?
Yep.
If they don't use the classrooms, why wouldn't they repurpose them? for
Yeah, I don't, that was,
That's,
came from this group.
yeah, that
So-
came from this group, but I wasn't there for that meeting.
I seem to remember the discussion being in 55 was that they didn't like using those classrooms because there was too much noise from the courtyard, but yet we're saying clear on the list that the courtyards are underutilized.
We'll ask the high school's leadership if there's some reason that those rooms aren't being utilized, or if that was an observation we as a committee made incorrectly. Why don't we check on that one?
Do you want to mention?
Do you know why that is, Dave?
How would we have known if?
No,
I would agree, unless it was mentioned.
That's what we said. That's what we said.
So it just seems like there's a lot of one
I don't
on
know,
there.
we'll check on that one, I think that's maybe an error.
Because of the coloring, I don't remember that conversation.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll look into that, good catch.
Okay.
Yeah.
The one thing we were kind of wondering is like the trophy case, why isn't that brought up to, say, a graduating class to do on their own as a gift to the school like we always did when we graduate?
I don't know.
Can't answer that,
Be a good idea.
some of it has been done, but.
We only had a kid at the high school.
But you know what I mean, a class
Yeah.
of 77,
Yeah.
it's, every class
Well,
does a
They
donation.
did carpet.
Yeah, they did, like, when you walked in the South Country, like, the class donated all that carpeting.
But if, you know, it seems to me that there needs to be a wish list for graduation classes.
Sure.
Well, and that should be promoted through your, who's ever the president of the class.
Good idea, Ron.
And then, I had a question with, 67 interior signage isn't ADA compliant. Well, I know that comes with, not having the braille markings on the individual rooms. I was curious what the basis for wayfinding, is being discussed on there. Is that like electronic wayfinding with schedules on the doors, or is, you know, like a central wayfinding computers at entrances, or what kind of wayfinding was being proposed?
And I don't think we have a proposed
Well, yeah.
solution at this point, but we're
Discussed
seeing
on
a lot more, I'll say, intentional design for people with visual impairments. So so if you're approaching a corridor, there'll be some, I don't even know what to call it, some material that we apply on the wall, and we've got team members that know this stuff a lot better.
So more so color coding different areas?
Definitely if you can. I think the main thing there is just getting signage up.
Yeah, so mainly around the signage.
Get